What's up guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, hit the subscribe button and go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Today I'm going to be talking about how to get a job in 2022 as a 14-year-old. You don't have to be 14, but if you guys didn't know, most states start hiring at 14. A lot of people think, oh, you can't get a job until you're like 16, oh, I have to wait, oh, this and that. Literally just stop making excuses for yourself. I know it's hard, but literally if you want it so bad, if you want to start making money, just go ahead and just take that big step of trying to look for a job. Anyway, so I wrote down a bunch of stuff just now. I kind of did some research on what places hire. All of it's going to be starting at 14, and then kind of just stuff you can do that isn't necessarily job work, you know what I mean? Going into a place and working. Let's get into the video. So this is kind of for everybody. If you're under 18, ask your legal guardian for your social security number and your birth certificate, or at least if you were to get a job, or before you even go in for an interview, just ask your parents, be hey, I'm going in for this interview or whatever, can you please get that information out, because you don't want to be waiting around for weeks to get that information if you already have the job, you know, because they need that information so you can start getting paid and they can make sure everything's just secure, you know what I mean? Also, to make sure you guys are getting rides, make sure you're able to have somebody you can rely on. And if you can't, this is my biggest suggestion, is when you're looking for jobs, make sure they can rely on you. Make sure you're able to get there every single shift, because me, I know I have to walk because I don't have a car yet, and I have I think I can start practicing driving and getting my permit at the end of this year, but I'm saving right now, but just make sure you can get there. I really wanted a job so bad that I was I will walk if I need to. I want this money so bad. So I went ahead and found places around me so that I know if my mom is not home and no one else is able to give me a ride, I can walk there myself. It might be 25 minutes, but at least your job's not where the fuck are you? You said you were gonna come in, you did. That's how you get fired too. So yeah, just make sure the job you're gonna work at can rely on you. I'm just gonna put this at the end, but I'm just gonna say it now. Try to find jobs that are local, local businesses around you. Most of them hire at the legal age is 14, so they'll probably hire as early as you can start, you know what I mean? So if it's a flower shop, it could be a coffee shop, it could literally be gas stations. I don't know about, because alcohol and cigarettes and stuff and working with gas, I don't think you can, but any local spot. My first job, which I literally started 2 weeks after I turned 14, but it was a place that my mom had ordered from a lot, and it was kind of local, and I was just oh my god, literally no one's hiring, or no one's hiring right now, or they don't hire at 14. I was kind of lost hope, and then I called this place and I was hey, are you guys hiring? I'm 14, I don't have any experience. Also, make sure you mention that you don't have experience. So they kind of were give me 1 second. And she's yes, we do actually already have a 14-year-old working with us. Yeah, just come in this day, this works, da 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 da. Then I went into the place, talked to the manager, and I was able to get the job. So that's how I got my first job, which was just basically calling around, and the least expected place ended up hiring at 14. So just kind of call around to local businesses and stuff like that, and you could probably get hired. Yeah, just make sure you guys are able to get transportation. Make sure your information is all set, social security and birth certificate and stuff like that. So next I'm gonna go over places that you can try to get hired at and their pay. I would look it up for your area. So first up we have Arby's. They pay $11 an hour. It just kind of be food prep and just register and stuff like that. So Burger King, they pay around $9 to $10. Baskin Robbins, they pay around $15 to $24. I think 24 is for managers, a manager position, because if you're working, we're not gonna be managers. So next up we have KFC. They pay around $10. Also back to Baskin Robbins, literally grocery stores, there's a couple grocery stores around me, and I know they all a lot of people I know work at them because they hire at 15, some 14. So grocery stores around you, like I said, kind of back to local places. So Ben and Jerry's, most of you guys should know Ben and Jerry's. There's usually some I have an actual Ben and Jerry's restaurant store thing. It's kind of small. It's downtown in my state or my city or whatever, but if you have one, they pay around $10 to $11 when I looked it up. I believe they hire at 15, maybe 14. I don't know. I would look it up again if you're not sure. So next up we have Dairy Queen. I know Dairy Queen does hire at 14 because I know when I was 14 I was still looking for a job or whatever, or I was 13 I was looking for a job for when I turned 14. Dairy Queen was on my list, but the thing is, it was so far, and my mom was not gonna bring me, or I knew my mom wasn't gonna be able to bring me every single shift, you know, and I wasn't, you know, I just kind of like left that out of my options. But if you have one near you, and again, you guys like have transportation and you're good on that, if you have like a sibling or something, even to offer to pay for like gas, or like, I don't know, like be like, hey, like I can bring you food like home if you could bring me, you know. And I will say too, like if you really want it that bad, be prepared to be walking. Like let's say you have some transportation, but like there's times where you can't get picked up, be prepared to be walking, because like sometimes it just doesn't work out. Like there's gonna be, if you're working out of like a whole year, like there's probably gonna be one time where you can get a ride. If you're lucky enough, maybe sometimes people are nice enough to give you a ride, but like do not rely on that. And I know like my last job, there was like 2 people that were able to give me a ride. I was so appreciative of that, because I was like, I could walk home, but shit, if you give me a ride. Dairy Queen, they pay around $7 to $11. I know too, they have bonuses and stuff, because I know where, I don't know if it's for everybody, but I know where I live, I remember they had like a big ass sign outside saying like bonuses or something, so I don't know, that's kind of cool. Chick-fil-A hires at 14. They pay around $13 to $18. I think the starting is like 13. McDonald's, I know a couple people who worked or work at McDonald's. They pay around $11 to $17 an hour. I think 17 again is like higher position. Also too, I feel like once you're like 15, 16, I feel like you could get a little higher in your position or whatever. And you can get raises if you're working there for a while. Like after a year, you can get raises. I got a raise on my last job, but it wasn't a lot. And also too, there's this whole thing basically where I was working for like the school year, and then I took a break, and then I came back, and they were paying me lower than what I was making, but I never told them, and then they gave me a raise. It's literally the same amount I was getting paid before I left. So I was like, keep the change.
Keep the little bum ass money. Keep it.
So next up we have Pizza Hut. They pay $8 to $10. Kroger's, I think Kroger's is a grocery store or something. I literally don't have one in my area, so I wouldn't know. But they pay $8 to $10. That's kind of like average for grocery store. Next up we have AMC theaters. They pay about $10 to $12, which is pretty good. And honestly, working in a movie theater low-key seems kind of fun, because you can literally just make slushies like whenever the fuck you want, and make popcorn. And you can just like meet a lot of people. You'll probably see a lot of people from your school if you're like working at a movie theater, and dealing with a lot of families and a lot of cleanup, depending on what your job is, because there is like cleanup and then there's like front. So one thing I want to add is any like local entertainment venues, just check. Like it doesn't have to be AMC exactly, just any like movie theater basically. In the summertime, arcades for like strips of like at the beach and stuff, or like boardwalks or whatever, arcades, those hire I believe at like 14, and it's not, the pay's not too bad. Also too, if it's your first job, it's like, why are you worried about the pay? Like at least you're getting money, you know. But yeah, I guess any kind of like arcade or like movie theater type of thing, just check those out. All right, next up we have Six Flags. If you have a Six Flags near you, you're able to get there, go ahead and check that out. They pay around $10 to $12. And like I said before, any local restaurants, food chains, that type of thing, your best bet is local restaurants. But yeah, just like kind of check. So next up we have a couple things you can do if you can't like work. It's more of like kind of around your community or like around your neighborhood type of thing. I don't live in like a neighborhood, I live in an apartment, but it's like, if you really want it, go ahead and make some flyers and post an ad. So one thing you can do is babysitting. I looked up what you should kind of be charging around. Like I did the math too. You should probably charge around like $10 to $13 an hour. I don't know if it should be more. I just kind of looked up the average. And I just did the math, so like $10. If you were to do like an 8-hour babysitting thing, that's 8 hours. If they're coming home at like around 3 o'clock, and you'll make and you do that for 5 days, you'll make like about $400. That's really good, honestly, like for a week. I mean, if I were to work for 5 days, I would make around that much. I'd only work like 3 days, not even. If you do that for the whole summer, you'll be in your bag. Next up, we have pet sitting. You can make around $14 up to $17 an hour. That's really good. If you're not allergic, I am allergic, but if you're not, I would recommend that. Maybe if you already have a pet, you have experience, you can put that on your ad that you're experienced, and that would help you get hired. Next up, we have mowing lawns. You can actually make a lot of money through that. You can charge around $30 to $50, depending on the size of that. I don't know if you should be charging more. Also, too, one thing you gotta factor in is, are you gonna be using other people's lawn mowers, or are you going to use your own? And if you are using your own, how are you going to get the lawnmower to other people's house? You know what I mean? So definitely factor that in. Maybe talk to your parents or like someone you know. You could do it with somebody else. And yeah, kind of just like yard work in general. You can make a lot of money if you do that all summer. But yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any more questions, let me know. I hope I helped you somewhat in this video. Definitely, if you are around 14, 15, or you're under 18 in general, just go ahead and just stop procrastinating and just go ahead and get that job. Go ahead and go in for the interview. Go ahead and make those phone calls. That's what I had to do. I just called around. I just finally did it after months of thinking. And to my surprise, I got the job. And I'm on my second job right now. I'm going to be working this summer, but I'm going to take like a little break. I've been working the whole school year. And also, too, one thing I'm going to say is just save. I'll have phases of me saving. I'm not the best at it right now, but I'm even trying. I'll have phases of me saving up, and then I kind of like spend a little bit, and then, you know, for me, I don't know what you guys' goals are, but like for me, I want to live in a city when I'm done with high school, and I just like, that's just where I want to be for sure. I at least want to try it out, even if I don't end up liking it. And so yeah, I know I'm gonna need a lot of saving. I never mentioned this in the video, but also make sure you're kind of being flexible and working with your parents' schedule, because I have a sibling, and some days I need to watch the sibling, so like I can't work, and so kind of just like check with your parents to make sure it's okay, and like, you know. But if you don't have a sibling or any worries like that, then go ahead and just work as much as you can. There is like limits to how much you can work in like on the weekends compared to the school days, but then too there is a lot more room for you to work during the summer, so keep that in mind. And I hope this video helped you guys, and follow my Instagram. If you have any more questions, I'll be replying to comments, and I'll be replying to DMs, so go ahead and feel free to ask me questions. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.